Hi everyone, I wanted to give you a whirlwind tour of our new PSA. It's called Alga PSA from us over at 9Minds. It's got a lot of the features that you would expect in any PSA, although these are early days. We've got ticketing. Obviously, you get your ticket list here. You can sort, you can filter by different categories or statuses. You can add new tickets. Click into one of them. You see that the ticket timer starts. You can add time directly from the ticket screen, so the engineer can open the ticket, work on the ticket, and then add the time, and then that can be their workflow throughout the day. We have kind of the things that you would expect, channels like service board and some other systems, priorities, assigned to statuses, categories, and subcategories, as you can see. We have full commenting. It can be internal comments, comments from customers in the client dashboard. We'll show you later. Resolution details, and you can attach documents to tickets. We have the agents here. You can assign as many additional agents to the ticket as you would like. And finally, you can add associated assets. Go through the asset system here shortly. Got project management. So when you open a project, we have phases. We kind of have the Kanban style layout here. And then we have project tasks that appear on the different statuses as is common in the Kanban system. You can assign the project activities to various people, and you can add tasks. So this is, say, assemble table. Go along with this ticket here. And let's go ahead and save it. And so you can add checklists to your projects, and then you can move project tasks back and forth between the different statuses, and then you can mark things as done. Assets they're called configurations in ConnectWise. You can think of them as devices. They're the managed assets for your PSA. You can add new assets for a particular client of yours. Let's call this 9Minds Workstation 1. We'll give it the same asset tag. Type is workstation. You can see some of the field specific types come up whenever you have whenever you're creating a new asset. Give it a serial number. And we'll say it's a Windows machine. It's Windows 11. Create the asset. So you can see we've created this new asset. And we assigned it to Emerald City. So now I'm going to show you the clients. Clients in some systems are called companies. So let's go ahead and take a look at Emerald City. Obviously, you have your client details here. And then here are the assets, including the one that we just created. You can click into it. You can view the details of the asset. You can edit the asset to add additional details on it as necessary. Related assets allow us to create hierarchies of assets. So you may have a rack, and inside the rack you may have servers. And you can break it down as far as you would like. Obviously, you can attach documents to assets as well. These are things like instruction manuals, etc. And crucially, you can take existing documents and you can link them. So you may have documents that apply to this particular hardware that you may have many different of the same workstation, for example. You can just go ahead and associate the document to each of those different workstations in that example. In addition to that, under clients, we have billing. So a lot of these are the different billing settings that you would have for your different clients, payment terms, billing cycles, payment methods, invoice delivery methods, credit limits, whether or not someone should be auto-invoiced. And here are the services that you're providing for that client. We'll go over this in a second. Clients have contacts, and we have documents. Same system. You can upload documents here. You can also link existing documents. Tax settings. We have support for tax rates, tax thresholds, tax holidays. And then some of these are some additional fields that you might have associated with the company. We have notes and interactions. In CRM systems, you want to record all the different interactions that you have with customers for the purposes of sales and follow-ups. Then we have a full contact screen. And in the contact screen, again, we have interactions that are listed here. You can click into the contact. You can see a drawer open on the side, get information on the contact, kind of standard stuff for PSAs. We have the full document system here. This is where you can see all the documents that are uploaded into your system, and you can attach documents here and upload them. You get a preview of the document type, and then later on you can associate them to different things. We have time entry. Like the entire system is not done yet, so there's some UI work that needs to be done, but you have time entry, and you can add work items to your timesheet. You can click into it, and you can select the time that you spent working on that particular task, create the time entry, and it'll display down below. And then you kind of have a legend to let you display the billable time. You can submit timesheets. Of course, your engineers can submit timesheets, and then they go in for approval. The approver will get a kind of overview of the timesheet for each of the different members of the team that they're responsible for. You can click through the different timesheets and you can approve them. You can request changes, or you can set them back to a status called draft where you haven't actually worked on them yet. Go through the entire timesheet. You can add comments to it, as you can see in this test data here. And then you can either request changes, send it back to the team member, or you can approve it. Once time is approved, it can go into billing. We've got a billing dashboard here. And this is kind of where all of the billing configuration is done for the company. So under plans, we have, these are your billing plans. We'll call this, these are the plans that the MSP offers to customers. Here's the basic plan. Plans have services, and services can be defined in the service catalog. This is where the time entries are created. You define your time periods in the setup area, and then the timesheets are created from the time periods. We have a list of invoices here. The invoices can be displayed. There are different invoice templates that you can use, and I'll show invoice templates in a few minutes, actually right now. So we have invoice templates, and we have a system here where you can define a template using text, which is very flexible. You can basically do whatever you want to define the invoice template, and we're also going to give you several templates inside of Alga PSA automatically when you sign in. We have billing cycles. Billing cycles are where you go through your clients and you set for each of the clients how often you would like to bill them: weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and annually. Reports. Here's service catalog. These are the different services that you offer. And this is our test data, kind of whimsical, but you can come in and you can create services that are fixed price, which it's pretty obvious what that is. Time-based or usage-based. Usage-based would be things like charging for hard drive access, or if that might be a backup service and you have an amount of storage that the customer has the ability to store for a certain price, etc. We kind of have the different units that we're billing, so hour, gigabytes, users per device billing, etc. It should be pretty flexible for defining all the different services that you offer. And then we have tax rates as well. We have a scheduling system where, it's pretty, again, pretty intuitive. You have your calendar. You can, put items on your calendar. We also efficiently support recurrences. You kind of know what those are, but we don't have to generate them. They work just like you would expect in other calendaring systems. We have dispatch. This is still early days, but you can dispatch items onto a particular team member's calendar and schedule them to work. And you can kind of get an overview of all of the team members and what they're working on for that particular day. And finally, we have a settings area where you can configure the all of the generic settings for your company. You have a user list, obviously. Users, have regular user properties. Later on, I'll show you the security for defining a user. We have teams. Teams are ways to define who approvers are for particular team members, that kind of the management hierarchy. We can set up ticketing here. We have the channels, statuses, priorities, categories, and subcategories. Interaction types. This is your CRM interactions, calls, emails, meetings, notes, and then you can define more. We have the ability to define time entry settings, and this is your time period settings. This is a company that bills twice a month. They bill for the first day through the 15th day, and then the 15th day through the end of the month. And from those settings, you can then generate the time periods that correspond with that. So you can bill weekly, you can bill bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, however you would like to bill. And then finally, we have a security area where you can define roles, and then you can define permissions for those roles. This is the admin permission. Admin has access to everything, obviously. And then take a look at manager. A manager does not have the access to delete users or those sorts of things, but they can do other things. Technicians, this is all test data, but you can imagine a technician might be able to read and update tickets but not create them. And we have a policy area here that gives you the ability to do what is called ABAC, ABAC type of policies. It's where you can define more custom or granular security policies. Things like only allowing users to log in between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. if they're contractors, or there's any number of custom rules that larger enterprises have. That's not shown here because we're running the free version, but the enterprise version will have all of those policy options available. And that's basically it. So far we have a very full-featured PSA. There's still more work to do, and we've still got some work to do, but I think we have a pretty good start. In addition to that, I want to show you the client dashboard. So the client dashboard allows your clients to log in and view their tickets, view their invoices with you as an MSP. Let me go ahead and log in. I have a user, one of our customers, Dorothy@oz.com. Sign in. And they get a dashboard. They see all of the recent activity. Those are tickets, invoices. They can create tickets from here. And let's go through. They can view their open and closed tickets, and open them and get the details on the work that's being done on the ticket. They can go to their billing area. They can view their recent invoices and the statuses. You can also download the invoice as a PDF from here. And they can define payment methods. This is where we will have Stripe payments, and then they'll be able to put their payment details into here. Finally, they have the manage assets. You can see this is the workstation I just created earlier under the assets that are under management for that client. Finally, we have the account settings. They can define their profile. They can see all of their invoice history, all their billing history. Again, add payment methods, see their billing cycles and other details. And finally, optionally, we will display the services here that the MSP provides. You saw the services earlier when I showed you the service catalog, and perhaps will allow the customers to upgrade the service or change services from within this management area. We imagine that some MSPs may not want to allow their customers to change their services from within here, so this will all be configurable. And at the bottom, we're going to allow you to kind of advertise the different services that you offer, and have a self-serve area where your clients can log in, sign up for additional services that you offer. So that is the MSP and the customer portal, and that's all I've got for you today. Thanks. Bye.